TJ Houshmandzadeh. The wide receiver market is exploding. TJ, first of all, thank you for coming on. Second of all, $88.7 million guaranteed? What in the hell's going on?
Hey, man, when you a baller, you get what you earn. You get what you earn, and so you got to get that man credit. He's been doubted pretty much. Coming out of high school, he wasn't highly recruited. Coming out of college, media didn't think he was the best receiver, and so he's done extremely well, and I'm happy for him.
Yeah, no doubt. And I'm sure you're happy for your buddy Brandon Aiyuk as well, because if you're sitting in BA spot, don't you look at that deal and think, all right, my price just went up?
I mean, to a certain degree, yes, but BA is not getting what Justin Jefferson is getting. He's not. But to me, this is how contract negotiations work. It's very, very simple. They want to compare you to player A. But then when player A signs a contract that they don't like, they don't want to compare you to player A any longer. and so, to me, it's more of a, oh, we want you. No. You don't tell me. You show me.
So, TJ, who's the player that you're comparing Brandon Aiyuk to?
I mean, to me, very, very similar in age. It would have to be Amon-Ra. That's who I would compare him to, Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Okay.
And so, if the Niners are willing to give him that type of contract, guaranteed, that just shows you they're not willing to give him that type of contract.
That's interesting, because we've had a couple people come on this show just in the last week and say, well, Brandon's clearly better than Amon-Ra St. Brown. And you know, Amon-Ra's fantastic. They're very, very different players. I was just talking about how this deal is tricky because Brandon put up numbers with way fewer targets. And you could look at that two ways, because the Niners don't throw the ball all over the yard and they don't rely on one receiver. But Brandon did an amazing job with that. So, like, this one's tricky, right?
No, it's not. It's tricky when you don't want to pay the player what he deserves and what he's earned. That's when it gets tricky. What coach have you ever seen say, oh, you know what? I know I should be getting $10 million a year, but I'm going to take $7 million. What coach have you ever seen do that? You don't see the coaches do that.
No.
But everybody expects the player, oh, you're in this great offense. Oh, you have all these weapons. So? Pay me what I've earned, because the NFL and any profession, as soon as you can't play, they are going to get rid of you. Oh, you have a chance to win a Super Bowl. All the top players on that offense have been paid at the top of the market. I guarantee when Purdy's up, they're going to pay him at the top of the market. And so BA is looking like, wow, Debo got paid, Kittle got paid, McCaffrey got paid. Ooh, if I mean so much to this team, what's the holdup? Yeah, I don't get a lot of targets. Yeah, we have a lot of mouths to feed, but I'm an important part of this offense. But we all know they drafted Pearsall because Debo or Aiyuk wouldn't be there after this year. Which one is it going to be? They're not going to keep all of them. Pearsall was drafted because Debo or Brandon Aiyuk will be gone after this upcoming season.
Is there any fear then from Brandon's side that maybe it would be he that's not the one who's kept if they can't come to terms and he's got to end up playing on that fifth-year option?
Who knows? But fear? Nah. Fear is not the right adjective to use. No, not at all. And so, I mean, it's disheartening, man, because as a player, you just want to get what you feel you've earned. That's all it is. And when you feel you're worth this and they're offering you that, obviously that's the case, because that's why he hadn't shown up yet. It's disheartening. And then it starts to make you angry. I went through this as a player. It starts to make you angry. And so hopefully this can be resolved sooner than later, because the longer this goes on, it's just a lot of animosity on the player's side. It just pisses you off. And when you get paid, you're happy about it, but you're still kind of angry about like, damn, like they really don't think I'm that good.
TJ Houshmandzadeh, obviously a receiver great in his own right, but also has worked directly with Brandon Aiyuk a lot throughout his career. He's joining us here on Willard and Dibs, 95.7 The Game. TJ, the thought is, two thoughts. First of all, I'm still stuck on you saying the Amon-Ra deal. Maybe I'm completely off on what the Niners are doing. If all they've got to do is match the Amon-Ra deal, to me, that's a piece of cake. Like, you're right. He at least deserves that deal.
If you got connections in the 49ers front office, you ask them have they offered BA that and come back and let me know. I know. And so if they want to get BA signed, give him the Amon-Ra deal. Give it to him. Okay. And guarantee he'll be in there tomorrow.
You are.
They don't want to do that.
TJ, you're opening my eyes and you're opening the eyes of our listeners right now, because I don't think that is the prevailing perception of 49er fans right now, that he is not being offered the Amon-Ra deal. Our thought was that it was going to be even higher than that.
Nah. Now, since Jets, Justin Jefferson, that's his nickname, Jets. Since he signed, maybe things have changed. But prior to the signing, if you had offered him Amon-Ra St. Brown's deal, he would be there. Now, I don't know this to be fact, but I believe that to be the case. And so it's just, the longer you wait, look at the Philadelphia Eagles. They signed Devontae Smith. Since they signed Devontae Smith, the market, like you said earlier, has exploded. So the Eagles, they were proactive. Devontae Smith is probably looking like, man, I probably could have gotten $4 to $5 million more per year. But the Eagles being proactive, they got out in front of it. And the Niners could have done the same thing. The longer they wait, it's like, okay, the next guy is going to sign. And then you start to think to yourself, like, man, I'm really comparable to this guy. Why am I taking what this guy is receiving? So I hope everything resolves itself, because the Niners have a hell of a team. That offense is damn near unstoppable. Kyle Shanahan's a great coach, but you just don't want your best players unhappy when you have a history of taking care of your best players.
Yeah, no doubt. TJ Houshmandzadeh here on Willard and Dibs on 95.7 The Game. That next guy you talked about is CeeDee Lamb. If CeeDee Lamb comes in, not where Justin Jefferson is, but maybe above A.J. Brown or Tyreek Hill, what does that do to Brandon Aiyuk's feelings and what the Niners might be looking at paying him?
I don't know. That's something for John Lynch, Ryan Murphy, that's BA's agent, and BA to figure out. That's something that they have to figure out. But if you put Aiyuk in that Cowboys offense and he had as many targets as CeeDee Lamb, what you think he gonna do?
Probably higher than 33rd in catches.
He's gonna have a lot of catches.
Exactly. So you put things in perspective. His explosiveness. So the Niners is going through OTAs. BA is going through BAs. Brandon Aiyuk OTAs. So it ain't like he's not working. He working. It's just, you just want your contract to reflect. It's just a sign of respect. That's all it is.
TJ, when's the last time you worked out with him?
We haven't worked out this offseason. We've been texting a lot back and forth. I got a lot planned this summer with not just BA, a lot of the guys that I'm working with, the stuff and the things that we're going to do. But, yeah, he'll be out for sure in the summer. But, it was at one point he thought he may sign. So it was like, I'm not going to come out because I might have to go when I sign. And so that optimistic outlook has turned into a pessimistic outlook now. Like, damn, at one point he thought, hey, I might be leaving soon. And so now it's like, I have no idea.
So how recently was this that he was feeling optimistic?
Probably about a month and a half ago, I would say. There was a little optimism in the air. Yeah, I would say, yeah. You always think that, though, especially when you see certain guys have signed and you're like, okay, I'm comparable to this guy. This should be easy now. Let's get it done.
And now he's pessimistic?
It has to be pessimistic when you're not in minicamp, correct? Would you say so? You can't be optimistic when it's a mandatory camp and you're not there. These are my words, not his.
Right.
Sure. I mean, what advice are you giving him in these text exchanges?
I'm just a big believer in, man, always trying to do the right thing. The Niners going to do what's best for them. BA must do what's best for him. Communication. A negotiation operates as such in my eyes. Both parties give a little bit, and you're okay with the solution, but neither party is exactly happy, but you're okay with it. That's a great negotiation when both parties give and take. But when one party is trying to dominate it, it's not going to work. I don't know if y'all married, but getting a debate with your wife, you're going to give a little bit. You're not going to dominate. It's just not going to work that way. And that's how a negotiation is. It's give and take, and we both walk away satisfied, but I probably could have got a little more. I probably could have gotten them to take a little less. That's a negotiation.
Yeah, both. I am married, TJ, and I take the L on the regular, so I don't quite know exactly what you're talking about with the give and take. But I'm looking at the situation now for Brandon, and it's only June. So how much patience can he show? And I know you've been in this situation before. How hard is it to get into the summer and still be patient and put in the work on your own?
I mean, in the summer, you obviously you would be off on your own anyway. You just want an update from your agent. Now, I've been in this situation, but I ain't been in this situation. I'm not the type of money they talking about. I ain't been in that type of situation. And so the summer, you're off on your own just getting ready for camp. And he's going to do that. But it's always that when the phone call coming, you're checking your phone. It's all like every day you're going to wake up. It's always going to be, it's today to day. And so he'll always have that optimism. It's today to day. The longer it goes on, just the more upset you become. That's all.
TJ Houshmandzadeh talking to us here on 95.7 The Game. TJ, how important is camp in August in terms of, or when does it become a problem, in your opinion, if he misses it?
I mean, obviously, he knows offense inside out. Same offense he's been in since a rookie. Purdy's been in. They know the offense. I don't know if it becomes a problem from a let's get on the same page thing, but you can work out all you want on your own. That tempo and the pace that you practice with in camp, it's hard to replicate that. Just training. Like, you don't go as hard. It's just something about that energy. It isn't the same. That adrenaline, it isn't the same. And so that's why you would like it to be done by camp, because you don't want him to come in, miss whatever in camp, and then you have a hurt hamstring or a groin or whatever it may be, because that adrenaline kicks in camp that you weren't training with. And so you want to avoid those type of things. And John Lynch knows, man. John Lynch was a hell of a player. He knows for sure.
Yeah, and they've actually talked about that before, about the importance of camp. And you mentioned Ricky Pearsall earlier about, the fact that the Niners drafted him. If you were in Brandon's spot and you saw that position being drafted in the first round, how would that make you feel?
I mean, I don't know, BA, but me, TJ, I would care less, because I'm thinking in my head, he ain't better than me, so draft him. And so I guarantee that's what BA thinks. Like, oh, he's pretty good, but he can't bleed with me. And so I'm sure that's mentality. Ricky Pearsall can play, though, by the way. Yep. He's nice. He's real nice. And so, but I guarantee BA's mentality is he can't do what I do. But we know the NFL, every year it's a draft. And that draft is to replace players that were in the league prior. And so at some point in time, we are all replaced.
TJ, they were teammates in college. I'm sure you know this. I wonder if you know the story that Brandon texted John Lynch right after the pick and wrote "fire pick." Do you think that was just straight genuine, or was there some closet messaging there to the general manager of like, oh, a receiver? I see.
No, 100% is genuine. Like, players, okay. At least I'm not. Hey, we don't hate on other players, man. That's one thing. At least I don't. I'm not hating on no other player. I want everybody to get paid. I want everybody to ball out so they can get paid. So I guarantee it was no type of hate and no subliminal message. every player supports every player when it comes to these type of situations. You draft the guy that I played with. Perfect. It's a familiar face. Let's rock. And so, no, 100%, that message was genuine for sure.
TJ, can I throw one more at you that we get from listeners a lot? And I know this is frustration because the Niners lost the Super Bowl. But we hear from listeners a lot, hey, Brandon and Debo did not play well in the Super Bowl. And when you compare him to these other top receivers in the league, they're all facing double coverage. Brandon's doing it against single coverage. He can't beat double coverage. Your response?
Man, them people don't, no disrespect to those people. Man, y'all don't know the game, man. Y'all don't know the game. Like, every receiver, every good receiver, very rare. You may get double, but it's not like it's two guys on you. They're going to play cover two with a safety over the top. Or they may play inside shade with a safety over the top. You know, rare. That doesn't happen often. That Tyreek Hill, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, those guys get it here and there. But when you have what the Niners have, it's hard to double a guy. And who says they weren't get open? Like, the Chiefs did a hell of a job getting pressure. So don't say they weren't get open. Look at the big picture of the game of football and say that those guys up front and the scheme that Spags implemented affect what transpired. The Niners, in my opinion, they should have won that Super Bowl. I felt like when they got that interception, if Shanahan just runs the ball, I believe they were on the 40-some yard line.
Mm-hmm.
They win the game. They win the game. But people always want we can trade him for this. You always want what you don't have. You think the grass is always greener, then you hop over the fence and you realize it wasn't what you thought. The Niners have a good team. They have really good receivers in Debo and BA. Man, be happy with it. Don't start, they didn't get open. They didn't. I'm a football guy. There's so many different things that transpire to, did they get pressure on this play? Did Purdy have to shuffle his feet here? The timing is, there's just so many things that take place over the course of a play, just one play that you say, he didn't get open. You're not going to get open all the time. You don't think the DB is out here busting his ass, getting better every day to try to stop you? You're not going to win all the time, but you're going to win the majority of the time when you're those guys.
You're the best, dude.
Awesome.
Thank you for coming on.
I appreciate it. Y'all the best. Keep it up, fellas.
TJ Houshmandzadeh, right here on Willard and Dibs.